All living organisms are made up of cells. These little machines work together to carry out the basic functions of life. Within these cells are smaller mechanics called organelles. Let's focus on one organelle in particular, the mitochondria, also commonly known as the powerhouse of a cell. The mitochondria converts food and oxygen into usable chemical energy and heat. This energy allows the cell to function. As the mitochondria works, it heats up in a way similar to that of engines and computers. In one single cell, there can be up to 2,000 mitochondria, radiating the heat around the cell. There is a rule in nature which relates to all objects or organisms that have volume or mass. It is called the square cube law. Animals on Earth have 3 different properties that are relevant to this law: their length, their skin or surface area, and their insides like organ and bones. When things become bigger, the insides grow faster than the surface area. Think about a cube. Imagine you double the length of the cube's sides. The surface area would be increased by 4 times, and the insides would be 8 times the original size, while the lengths of the sides have remained only doubled. It can be quite hard to understand at first. Large mammals such as elephants and whales have a huge volume in comparison to their surface area. Lots of volume equals lots of cells, and by extent, lots of mitochondria. Due to a greater number of mitochondria being present, more heat is generated with fewer cells. This means that these animals' mitochondria do not have to work at full power all the time. Instead, they function at an orderly pace, just fast enough to keep them going. Basically, the larger an animal is, the slower and less active their metabolic rate and mitochondria are. Smaller mammals like mice, however, are opposite to the large animals in the way of having a large surface area contrasting to the volume of the animal. This means that, with lower volume, less cells, and the total number of mitochondria within them exists within the animal. These cells must work twice as hard to carry out the function of generating energy to make up for what is lost in numbers. The animal's mitochondria must be filled at maximum capacity, and its metabolic rate is extra fast. But nature balances all of this out in one way or another. One of the most important relates to heartbeats. Generally, a smaller mammal will live for a shorter period of time than a larger mammal. However, these smaller animals' heartbeats are much faster than other animals, as their mitochondria must work harder to produce energy. Let's think about mice and elephants. The heart of an average mouse can beat up to 840 times per minute, while the heart of an elephant beats approximately only 30 times per minute. But as mice lead a shorter existence, the amount of times their hearts beat over the course of their lives are relatively similar, around 1 billion times. So there it is. Animals have slowly adapted to suit the environment they find themselves in, and would likely die if placed in one they're not meant for. In the end, nature is created this way, as well as many others, to establish a fairness between mammals, and to provide everyone with an equal shot at life.